over there and still do God.
How many times did you present over there, Joshua?
I presented
Once.
like 2 or 3 times.
Once, my brother.
2 or 3
Once,
times.
yeah, once.
Over there.
Yeah. Hey, lovely people, welcome to today's event. I'm here with Joshua, and I mean, he's the same person but different composure today. Today it smells better.
Hey.
All right. So he's an intern, a medical intern in the hospital, and he's going to just basically tell both of us do, because we are going to tell you guys about how our experiences are, what we open up to, what literally came to our table. But before that, I just want to remind Joshua of something before we start. Immediately we finished our exams. I don't know if you really remember. Last time we spoke about exams, so it's kind of like we are continuing. So we tell you guys a little bit of our journey before we finally get into all the other stuff that will make you guys laugh. So I don't know if you remember, after the exams, you got a call from a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Who told you to dress somehow?
Exactly. A hint.
A hint to an event.
He said, okay.
Yeah.
The next day, he said, oh, congratulations. I said, oh, thank you. I figured it was like a roller coaster, something like everything was glamorous.
Yeah. Because you've done well. At least they should.
Exactly.
Yeah, they should.
So she was like, tomorrow we are having, what's the name? A reunion. So I should make sure that I dress very well. I should dress, protect my knee.
Yeah.
I said, why is this? Why is this still going? He said, oh, I shouldn't worry. She'll be there to protect me. I said, who can beat me? Because no one can beat me.
Why would you even need protection?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, it's our initiation. I said, initiation to what?
Yeah.
Okay, we went. The next day, I decided not to even dress very well. Like
of course.
she said. So I went there. We started everything, and then they introduced themselves. And then it's like Association of Medicine. We call it AMIR. Association of Medicine.
Medical interns. Yeah, in Rabat.
Yeah,
Rabat. Yeah.
Good. So that was the initiation stage. So everything just started. Oh, not knowing that this one, we call it, in the military context, we call it buzultage. Like it was kind of, they were trying to
humiliating.
humiliate
you. Yeah.
I said, what is
But
this?
I feel like it's really necessary because it makes you stronger.
Yeah, mentally.
Yeah. Mentally, it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's process. I really want. It wasn't a pleasing one, especially the first day.
Lie.
It wasn't a pleasing one. I can really remember very well, but it wasn't a pleasing one.
My new on God shadow. Shout out to what's the name? Whiskey.
Whosoever, because I also have that shirt. Yeah, I think I even have it here. My
new on God shadow got spoiled that day.
Oh,
they kept us on. Oh, we're rolling on the floor.
Yeah, I remember that a lot went on. But what was really funny was the last day, and then all that went through. I think we went there only twice, but it's supposed to be more than twice, honestly.
Yeah, but we decided to fix sickness.
And that stuff and a whole lot of that. But within all this, we were still going for our night shift and stuff, which was really stressful. And I remember those days we had to run, we had to,
and I was a small boy.
Yeah. It was really something. I remember when they threw egg at you. But that day, the last day, like when we were done the whole thing, they made us kneel down in a particular, in a group. Yeah. And then all of them started moving around. Yeah. And then we never knew what was happening.
The time I realized,
not knowing.
I get egg for my ear.
You got annoyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the last day. You saw people standing up and then like they were ready to throw something at you.
Oh, they were throwing.
And I think those people who went every day enjoyed it because they bond them together.
Well integrated.
Yeah, they were well integrated and stuff like that.
We were not that integrated.
But at the end of the day, it gave us something, which we were really proud of. It's made us stronger and stuff like that. So
it enhances our connection with the civilians.
And stuff. Fast forward, we started the hospital, right? Yeah. So for me, my experience at the hospital was not different from what I'm used to previously. But just that this time we had a lot of responsibilities, if you realize.
Yeah.
Because this is a point where we can actually make patients go home.
You can just discharge your patient.
Yeah. But then we have to, be shadowing people, like not knowing what to do. But now
this is the time I realized, I can say, this nurse, go and do this.
Yeah.
I don't know what. No nurse.
Yeah, but
no nurse is what
well, you are trying to tell them like this is what you need to do and this is what has to be done in order to get the work done. But I feel like it's made us, grow responsibilities and make decisions.
Yeah.
Because at this point in our life, you can't just randomly think for somebody. But this time, right, you think for some people and you tell them like, look, your sickness is something that
you have to explain to the fellow that way. Here we are in the emergency department. It's not like it's a what you are having is a malady.
Joshua, I don't know if
it's a chronic disease. You can go and
some point you discharge the patient and you are like, this patient, I don't feel like you don't have to discharge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It happened once.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to I was thinking a lot. I said, what if?
Yeah, it has happened to me on one or two occasions. But then I feel like those are the responsibilities that we have now at the hospital. That's a lot, but I think we are able to, control it. We are able to discharge patient. We are able to tell patient that, look, whatever you're having is not an emergency, so you should go home. We are able to see a lot of people at the same time and think for a lot of people and make decisions and make it at a very quick pace.
With a specialist when you are looking for a consult.
As to reason why you should hospitalize a patient and not to hospitalize a patient, because it becomes your responsibility at the end of the day. But the moment you bring the patient in, trust me, it becomes your responsibility.
Yeah, you have to take charge.
I think it's something that we
tell us about the structure of your rotation in general as intern.
Mad. At first it was tiring. Especially when we had to do
first. It's still tired.
Yeah, it is.
Because here's the case: you are supposed to do guard at the emergency department.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, do shifts. Guard is shifts. Yeah. Do shifts at the service where you are affected.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm at the pediatric department.
Mm-hmm. Pedi.
Yeah.
Pedi. Yeah.
I have to do guard over there.
Mm-hmm.
Assist even sometimes services, and sometimes do presentation over there, and still do guard.
How many times did you present over there, Joshua?
I presented like 2 or 3 times.
Once, my brother.
2 or 3 times.
Once
over there.
Yeah.
And then I still have to do a shift at the emergency almost almost every week. And now we are not many because they sent most of us on a mission.
And
so you have to do 2 shifts a week at the emergency. So imagine you are in what's the name?
The pediatrics.
You're having 2 guys over there,
Mm-hmm.
2 guys at the emergency, and then just in case, because we are military students, but we have to do shifts at the civilian hospital
too as well.
So, and then that one we get 1 shift every 14 days. So imagine you're having 1 shift every 14 days for the civilian hospital, and you're having 2 guys at the emergency. Emergency. That's 5 shifts.
4. Come on, calculation.
No, 5.
4.
2 emergency, 2 pediatric.
5. Yeah, sometimes you can have 2.
And then how many?
But talk about I'm talking about the maximum or the minimum.
No, the maximum.
Well, mostly we are at the emergency, right? What happens is that the emergency is where we are supposed to handle. Whatever we do is at the emergency. But then sometimes we get affected to, different departments. So you realize that Joshua will be in the pedics. I'm still at the emergency though as my department. And then, or sometimes I can find myself in the traumatology department. That means that I would have to come down each and every time I have shift at the emergency. That's how it works. And then we happen to handle 2 hospitals. Like he said, we have the civilian hospital and the military hospital. And then, it's very hectic. But at the end of the day, the whole thing is structured in such a way that we actually take care of patients that come in at, I think, level. We will place that at level 2 emergency and level 3 emergency.
Yeah.
Being in the resuscitation room and as well as
intensive care units and then observation.
The observation, however they call it. I think it's hospitalization for, just
to observe.
Yeah, observe sometimes, patients that come in with trauma that have it's a grade 1 trauma, and then you expect them to vomit and have
just in case
hypertension, intracranial hypertension, that you have to keep them a while, and then if such a thing happens, you have to take off them. That we have. So those are the places.
Talk about some surprises too as well. The expectations and really what you met on ground.
Surprises. You know what I really enjoy about the emergency and why I took it? Because there are a lot of people who come each and every day.
Yeah. You get to learn a lot. You meet a lot of pathologies.
Because sometimes it really gets like it's a market.
And then there's a lot of drama too.
Yeah, it's a mall, especially the hall. I don't know if you feel like sometimes when you are walking by and then a whole lot of things is happening, the trauma people also seeing their patients.
Yeah.
People are moving in, sometimes shouting at themselves and stuff it's really, really interesting to see. But the unfortunate thing is we don't speak their language, but we happen to guess what they say. Yeah. Guess what they say?
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing about emergency.
You're about to say le gramo.
Le gramo, yeah, le gramo. We're able to capture the gramo, which means the whole thing, like, vibe, Yeah. So emergency is really interesting. And then the surprising thing is that, it's something really surprising over there.
Nah, because I've been.
Yeah, it's not really surprising. It's well, it's sometimes surprising.
It's only drama.
It's surprising to see certain things that are not supposed to be in the hospital and they're in the hospital. Yeah, that's the only surprises.
That will get to you guys.
Sometimes
later.
people come and they'll be like their head. We talk about their head. They are having just pain right here. What do you do? Surprising, huh?
Yeah.
So those are some of the basic things that we really see at the hospital, which is like most surprising.
As an intern, maybe you had your own thoughts that as an intern, this is what I'm supposed to do. But when you go to the hospital, maybe it turned out to be something else.
Surprisingly,
which was maybe beyond what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, surprising, Joshua. I never imagined myself. I've never had seen the life of an intern before. Even though we had seniors writing this exam, I never know what they really do. I only know that they go to the hospital and they come back early in the morning and they sleep a lot.
The way was the
badges, the red badges. Yeah, but I don't really know.
A lot.
Yeah, but all I knew later on was that we are going to handle the emergency. And then as to what we will be doing, we discovered it all over the on-field. I remember it was Diego that taught me about their system and stuff.
Yeah, even how to use desk care.
Yeah, their system. Yeah, because you have to use the operating software and stuff. It was something we learned on the field.
The time was extends. They were just passing through the system.
Sometimes we can intubate.
Sometimes, but
something we were not
expecting.
Yeah,
under supervision.
So something that we were not expecting to do to that extent, but we do it.
If not, taking
central
line and those things, we can do that supervision.
Yeah,
though there's supposed to be someone was watching you,
because it has its own risk. Exactly. But at the end of the day,
sometimes we do it alone.
We do a lot.
We do it alone without supervision.
Yeah, when you are, in the emergency situation, you don't have any option.
You have to just act.
Yeah,
you don't have to sit down and be waiting for someone to come and supervise you.
So as Anglophones, I'm curious to know how you communicate. You were talking about the language.
Yeah, how do you do it? The communication. Yeah,
I can remember
I do better than you. I do better than you. I do better.
During the ward rounds.
Yeah.
During the ward rounds, during the ward rounds, I was supposed to present the cases
you had overnight.
Yeah. So during the ward rounds, the first case I presented, they asked me, I heard Anglophone.
Yeah.
Because they said I was speaking English.
Yeah, exactly. It really pops up. Yeah, sometimes I do listen because I'm at the emergency and every intern that comes by, I listen to their presentation. I feel like Joshua always like mentioning the word that's really not supposed to be in French. There's this one word that you normally mention that it's palpable.
Oh, no, palpable.
You see, you get it. Yeah, so that's it. It's always find its way. Sometimes when you feel like you are all immersed in French moments, it finds its ways and comes out. And it's understandable. But for when we want to communicate with patients, we just use the grammar, she may take those kind of stuff. Okay. And then sometimes it really gets funny and you just have to laugh. The only thing I've realized and I do recently is that I first ask the patient, vous parlez français.
Yeah,
at least it helps. When the person speaks in French, you don't have to, go to the length of speaking Derija and stuff.
But if the fellow does not speak French, that's when the problem comes. And then you ask the question, all right. Sometimes the fellow understands, but now the things that follows, you speak a lot.
Yeah.
You just speak the grammar.
Yeah. Because it has happened to me.
You have to call it a nurse.
A nurse to help you translate. Number of time that I had to call nurses and then help me. And sometimes it gets really difficult as well. For the nurse to also tell you what's really happening in there.
In French.
So it's a whole roller coaster. Huh? It's on and off. Yeah.
Also about the arts now, I know you've mastered it, but how did you overcome your stress, or how did you manage stress in the early days?
Stress.
When you started the hospital?
It's a sleep.
Stress. Yeah. It's something that we really, really, really. I don't know how I manage. I know
for sure you messed up, and maybe professors might be shouting at you.
Oh, come on!
That one there several times.
See, right now,
but the thing is,
I've grown a thick skin, Joshua. Honestly, I've grown a thick skin.
Psychologically, we are okay.
That's why I always say.
Okay. Sometimes if I mess up and you're talking, I'll be laughing at you. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Because so you just talk.
For me,
after that, I'll go and do the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Because you learn. At the end of the day,
you learn
whatever
during the
shouting they
process,
do to you, like
You are just learning from it.
you just learn from it.
Okay, the next time you make sure that, okay, you're not supposed to do this.
It's all about your mental. I mean, how
Yeah.
strong you are mentally.
Oh, but there's that our colleagues, we're having meets that is really passing through them.
It is because like I
Yeah.
mean, when you are in a situation where like somebody just shouts at you for doing certain things, and it's understandable. It's
Why
stressful.
didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?
And sometimes right now, I don't know if you've realized this. I've gotten to the point like sometimes when we do certain things, it's either we forget or we intentionally didn't do it because we've gotten to the point where we know that this is what we are supposed to do.
Like
because
it's natural.
yeah, it's natural. For instance, the last time when you did the, I mean, this with derivation, then they were putting, I'm like, yeah, there's something we know we are supposed to do when somebody comes with NSTEMI, but like, I mean,
Hey, it was
You
just crazy. And
intentionally-
then I did in favorite thing.
yeah,
I
calculate
his
the
score
scores and
for-
stuff,
his
the
score
grade
for-
score. Yeah, so it's
Score for it.
something that's like we've gotten to the point. Sometimes I really even read the lips of the professors.
Yeah.
The first questions will be like, you did the CT scan, the head CT scan at
Yeah.
which time? When did the patient come in? Did the patient vomit? Like, I mean, we can predict what they will ask.
What they will ask.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you do
Someone
it.
is
and then
bleeding.
there are instances you even forget to ask that, but
Yeah,
because you know they
yeah.
will ask you the same question,
Yeah.
you started answering them.
Yeah, GI bleeding too. You know the first question they will ask. Well, I mean, did you put the person on? I mean, Mopral. Did you? I mean, yeah.
Yes, we know.
We understand.
the
So yeah,
questions,
we understand how it goes. So for the stress, we've now mastered it. The first time is when you are not able to overcome that stress. That's when it becomes a problem for you. The best way to overcome it is to just be mentally strong.
Yeah.
I mean, you go home and then sleep over it. It's all gone. You see them tomorrow, you keep smiling.
Ah,
I
you
mean,
always smile
let's
over
keep
it.
smiling. I remember Rita said, I always smile all the time. So that's the only secret we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
But
nothing.
So
the
when
sleep-
I
the
started
sleep
your
is too much.
specialties as well.
Okay, hopefully.
Normally, what we do, we have to do the emergency for 2 years,
years,
kill ourselves for 2 years, and then we start the specialty. And then, we will review the
So
specialty
right
that we
now,
are planning to do.
Hopefully, August
Yeah,
next
because
year.
we can change our mind. For me, well,
August next year. Me,
Yeah.
what I know is I will do surgery because I don't like thinking a lot.
yeah.
I don't like niveau recommendation. I don't like those
Yeah,
things.
you
so
don't like
I'll do
new
surgery.
recommendations. But like, yeah, it's cool. We can change our mind depending on what our country really needs and how we are going to also help the people of the
Yeah,
country.
it depends on a lot of factors.
there are a lot of factors.
Yeah.
For now,
Since
we
I'm
cannot
having the
discuss until
right
we start.
to choose any
Yeah.
specialty I want.
All right, congratulations.
I'll play over it.
Yeah, that's why you had to. Yeah.
Okay, so
play
any
over it.
regrets so far?
The only regret, I don't think it's a regret though, but we are working on it. We are working on it. Getting funding.
Yeah, funding.
If you are not able to get funding, that's the only time we regret.
Yeah.
But
So,
until
guys,
then-
support our YouTube channel to able to make
Yeah.
money. I mean,
Yeah.
find ourselves and become better people in the future.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
You want to fund yourself with YouTube?
It's possible if the people actually would want to help.
We'll
Yeah.
contact YouTube for you.
Yeah.
That's the only regret.
Yeah.
If you are not able to get the funding.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the funding.
If not, if you are able to get funding,
yeah.
no regrets.
Yeah. So if you know anybody who is willing to fund, I mean, 2 medical students into their specialty, I mean, you should
3
just
medical
listen.
students to do their specialty.
Yeah, three apparently.
three.
Yeah, three.
Three
The
medical,
third person
three
will be
medical
on very
students to do
soon.
our specialty.
So yeah, the regrets. No, I'm not regretting anything so far. So good. Maybe in the future, I never know. But now I think I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Yeah.
Except that
We are just enjoying the process. for
yeah,
now.
the funding. The funding
funding,
is
that's the
something
most
that's
important
really
thing.
have to.
We hope they come through for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your advice to us as we are ending the video?
One thing is, you guys should, what we didn't do before? The funding. Just
Yeah,
make sure that
but
you get-
Joshua, I feel like if you want to do the exams and you want to specialize, go ahead with the specialization. Funding should come next.
Nah. You should know your
So
business
because the
before.
funding can really delay your decision. It can influence your
that too.
decision.
Yeah.
So I feel like because I was telling the third person that look, if you are talking about funding, it's the exams first. Because I've been in this situation before. I know a certain guy, not me personally, I know a certain guy who didn't pass his exams. When they saw the anchor was like, assuming you passed the exam, I would have come. Yeah, you never know. He was not
Yeah,
really
that-
to help.
that was
So
true.
just
Okay.
pass the exams and then you have a basis for argument.
Yeah.
And then, you just go straight for it. So my tip is that for the funding, it's really important to look for funding, but it should be done after the exam. So you have, because when you are applying for funding, what are you applying for funding with? It's not the results of the exam. It's not the proof that you are in the specialization program. So it's just like that.
So what do you do then if you don't get funding at the end?
If you don't
You
get
have to
funding,
survive.
you can drop out. So I mean, it's always
Yeah, you
a
can
choice.
leave and go. You can
drop
leave
out.
and go to Ghana.
But that means you've wasted a slot. So I mean, it's all at the
and
end
your
of the day.
time and energy.
Yeah, so you just have to kill it, and then at the end of the day, you become a very good person, a successful person in the future, and then make your money out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can choose a specialty that can make you a lot of money. You understand that there's such a situation. So yeah, basically that's that. Well, with that being said, we've come to the end of the video, and yeah, I think we've had a very nice conversation, and you guys have learned a lot from me.
Don't forget to subscribe. That's the most important thing.
I mean,
it might go a long way to help us in our
to
funding.
help us with our funding. Yeah, yeah, it's really important.
Yeah.
This has been it. I mean, yeah, keep on supporting the guys, and yeah, we will always be your guys and represent you in every level. Yeah.
See you next time.
See you guys.